Hey everyone, it's your girl Alfia. Thank you so much for tuning into my channel. Today we're going to talk about a movie called Sister Wife Murder. Chloe attends church for the first time and becomes enamored with her pastor, Caleb. She falls in love with him only to discover that he is married to two women and that she entering a toxic and dangerous relationship. So we have Caleb. So Caleb is the pastor and he speaks a powerful word of God, and Chloe gets drawn into him. She sees a young lady named Margot. Margot is currently pregnant with a baby girl, but she is also Caleb's wife, and so is Anna. But at first, Chloe didn't know that he was married. So, of course, I'm going to give spoilers. I'm not going to tell too much. I'm going to try not to tell too much. But if you do not like spoilers, please exit out of the video. I said the building, but the video. But I really give this movie an 8 out of 10. The reason why I give it an 8 out of 10 is because it was really, really good, but it was something I really, 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 really wanted to see more of. I wanted to see more of. Well, out of the three women, one of the ladies does die, which is very heartbreaking, Margot. And I wanted to see her grow up to raise her baby girl, Maisie. But Chloe and Margot become close, very close. Well, one day Chloe goes out of town with Caleb and Anna. He knows that he is married to Anna. So she does have an affair with Caleb, and she didn't know about Margot. She finds out about Margot one night when she was sneaking around. Well, she wasn't really sneaking around. She was going to go get a snack when she was away with Anna and him. And she sees him and Margot having sexual fun together. And she finds out, and then the next morning she wakes up and Anna is putting the Bibles on the chairs, and she goes to Caleb, and Anna looks at her when she's going off on Caleb. She was like, "I saw you with Margot." He was like, "That's my other wife too." So she finds out, and she decides to, at first she tries to back away, but she ends up falling. She is already head over heels for Caleb, and she ends up marrying him. And his wife Anna, the first one, she ends up marrying him, Caleb and Chloe. She moves into the house. She was at her mom's house because Chloe is dealing with a lot. She lost her dad 2 years ago, so she was like a young girl, going through the life and motions and going to parties and doing a little bit of some drugs, just a little bit. How do I explain it? She falls for Caleb because this is how she met Caleb. She actually met Caleb at church because her mom told her, like, let's go to church, basically. And she didn't want to go to church, but her mom was like, if you're in this roof and this under the roof, you got under my roof of my house, you have to go to church. So she meets Caleb and she's head over heels for him. She doesn't know he's married, but at first she doesn't know he's married, but then she finds out he's married after I think she slept with him. If I'm saying, I just finished watching the movie and I was really captivated by this movie. This movie was really good. But again, like I said, I was really upset that Margot had to get ended on the movie. And Margot's backstory was she was on drugs, and basically Caleb rescued her, and she ended up getting married to him, and she has their daughter Maisie, and she wants to run away. She does try to run away one night, and she sadly gets caught, and Caleb does attack her. And he does also attack Chloe for defending Margot because Margot wanted to take her child to meet Maisie to go meet her grandmother. And Caleb said no. And Chloe tried to, basically try to jump in or whatever. And he sends her to her room. He sends her to her room more than once. Because the first time he sent her to the room because she went out and she left her chores. Because they have chores. Since when she moved in, she had chores. They all have chores, which is weird. Like, this is like sister wives. And Anna was okay with it. And it comes to figure out why Anna is okay with this whole thing. We find out later on in the movie that Anna cannot have kids. So I guess she's trying to be a pleasing wife, and she was trying, basically, like, how the Bible says something about submitting, and she wants to submit to her husband. She wanted these young ladies to submit to her husband, and it was just like, when is enough enough? And I love how Anna in the end got her revenge. When he was hurting Chloe, she hit him and she got away free from him because she came out there and because okay, after Margot had tried to escape one night to go see her mom and take her child because she said she overheard Caleb talking to his daughter, their daughter, about becoming a sister wife when she gets older and getting married or whatever. And Margot's like, I can't let Maisie grow up in this lifestyle. So she's like, I'm going to take her and I'm going to go. And she doesn't get to take her. She tries, but Caleb is outside. And she gets to put the daughter in the car, but he's like, where are you going? And she's like, I can't be here. You know, I'm going to my mom. He's like, no, you're not. And that's where he tells the next day Caleb tells Anna and Chloe that he's spending some time with Margot and he's going to be because she said he don't spend enough time with her. He takes her away to in the middle of nowhere, I guess, because we find out where he ends up unaliving her and burying her. Now this movie is they say it's kind of like based on it, like some of the events are kind of like a true story. Say Sister Wife Murder is a true crime thriller produced by Lifetime as a part of its Ripped from the Headline series. So basically it is like a true story, but the characters are fictional. But there is something like this story, but the characters are fictional from the movie. It's really sad. We find out that he does unalive Margot. And Anna finds out about it, and he has her help him bury her. And then what he tried to do was he tried to confuse the girls and tell them, that Margot's still alive. He ends up texting them on, because they have like a sister group chat for Anna, Chloe, and Margot. And he texts her texting their phone, acting like he's Margot. And this is how they found out. Chloe found out that he had Margot's phone. So she was like, okay. So one day they was like, basically getting lunch ready. And Chloe was like, she's going to go change her clothes. And Anna was like, okay, cool. So she goes up. She was trying to go upstairs, but the baby had kind of like made a noise. Maisie had made a noise. So Chloe walked over to her and she was like, you know what? Who want to see you? Your mom. Let's FaceTime her. So she FaceTimes Margot and she hears so what does she do? She follows the sound. So she goes upstairs. And she hears, and then it stops because the phone, because you know how after FaceTiming for so long, it does end the call by itself. So she calls it again and she goes into Caleb's room because when she first moves in, Chloe is introduced. Margot shows her around, shows her room. She's like, that's Caleb's room. We're not allowed in the room. So she hears the vibrating coming from Caleb's room. Chloe goes inside. And Anna finds out she's in there. So Chloe tries to hide. After she has found Margot's phone, which is in the desk drawer, and she's like, you're not supposed to be in here. She's like, and she's like, this is Margot's phone. And Anna realized then, yeah, there's trouble. So she was like, well, we can just put it back and, we won't say anything. We'll go to the police later. She's like, are you sure? So, Caleb pulls up. She's like, just put it back. So she puts it back and she goes downstairs. But Chloe's her spirit is unsettled, so she can't eat or anything. So she goes upstairs. She says she's not feeling well, and Caleb's looking like whatchamacallit. So of course we see Anna. We don't see it, but Anna tells Caleb, and Caleb leaves the house. And then Anna goes upstairs and is like, we gotta go because there's a big donation that's coming about, and we gotta go get it because Caleb gets another job to go preach at another county, and they're going to go ahead to go get the donations. At first, Chloe didn't want to go, but she was like, Anna was like, well, we can go to the police station, like we said. She said the babysitter will be in 20 minutes. So she get ready to go with Anna, and they head to in the middle of nowhere to abandoned home. And we go inside. She's like, Caleb's here. She's like, yes, this is go inside. So Anna and Chloe go inside, and Caleb's sitting there like he a king or something at the table, at the head of the table. And he was like, so Anna told me that she found Margot's phone. And he tries to feed Chloe a BS story, and Chloe went buying it. Basically, he was like, I have Margot's phone because she got back on her drugs or whatever. Because he said I went to one of her old houses where she's go get her drugs, and she was there or whatever. And she was like, well, why did you text us to protect Margot? How you gonna protect Margot? And then he gets a call. He was like, we can start over in a new county. No one ever know what happened or whatever because like she's gone or whatever. So Chloe goes outside so they do end up celebrating Margot's birthday before she does pass. And Chloe gives her a bracelet and be courageous, it says. And basically, she finds the bracelet. So Chloe's kind of like follows the trail and she sees where somebody is buried and she guesses it's Margot. And Anna comes outside. Chloe, what's going on? And she was like, are you okay? She's like, no. She's like, what happened? And that's when Anna came to. She's like, just be quiet about it or whatever. Don't say nothing about it. And you know how Chloe is. Chloe was like, no. I like the fact that in the beginning of the movie, Chloe was at a party with her friends, and she actually ended up missing their engagement party. Her friend and her other friend, she had a girl best friend and a guy best friend, and they ended up getting engaged. And Chloe actually, she was so head over heels over Caleb, she went to the retreat, and that's how she found out about him and Margot. And she missed their engagement party. And, Chloe left home, and she moved out of her mom's house because she ended up getting a job because her mom was like, you got to get a job or whatever. That's how she ended up going to church or whatever. She went to church. Caleb offered her a job at a nonprofit place where he had or whatever. And she was making money, and she decided to move out because Caleb wanted Chloe. He wanted to marry Chloe and her to join his family. And she left her mom's home, and her mom was just trying to figure out, she was still going to the same church. And Chloe ended up telling her friends that Caleb was abusing her, and they was like, you gotta leave. She's like, no, I can't leave because so she decided that she was gonna leave, whatever. So she told the day she was trying to leave when she was going to meet her friend, because she texted her friend and said she was in trouble, and her friend said, meet me at the coffee shop at 9 a.m. So she was going the next day. She's like, and Anna was like, you got to watch Maisie. And she was like, I didn't want to tell you, but I'm late or whatever. And Anna thought she was pregnant. So she's like, this is God's will. I'm like, oh my God, not God's will. So they're using all this, like, God's will is God will. Like, even when Margot saw that Chloe had got abused, because, I don't know if y'all ever seen Madeline, the movie, like the cartoon they used to have, like where they used to have, Madeline and Fifi had like, they were in like they was locked in some cells once they was little. So they, the wall or whatever, Fifi was talking to some, talk to me or whatever. So in the movie, it's just like the same thing. Margot and Chloe's room was connected. It was kind of like it's connected because of the wall, because there was little closets. So there was like a hole in Caleb was supposed to fix it. So the first time when he sent Chloe upstairs because she was out all day and she didn't do her responsibilities as chores and watching Maisie, he sent her upstairs without dinner. And Margot had snuck her a sandwich and she gave it to her. She's like, Chloe. So her and Margot became very close, and there was like a hole in like the closet, so they was connected. So she slid her a sandwich through the little thing. That's when Margot saw a couple of days later, basically, when Chloe got beat up by Caleb when he came in the room when she was defending her Margot about, when she was asking to go see her mom, and, basically, like, because she said she went to see, her mom has never met Maisie, and Chloe was like, yeah, you need to let your daughter meet Maisie. She's like, Caleb will never let me go. She's like, just ask him. So she was holding on to the bracelet that Chloe had gave her, and Chloe was just like, convincing Margot to ask him whatever. He was like, no. And she's like, when will it be ever ready? He's like, I don't know yet. So I want her to go meet her grandmother. It was just a lot. I know I'm all over the place, but the movie was excellent. But it was just sad what happened to Margot, because I wanted something better. I wanted her to escape and be with her daughter. Like, basically, like, be with her mom, whatever. And get to raise her daughter, but that didn't happen. And in the end, they got their justice. I know Caleb goes to jail, but it doesn't say like really what happened or whatever. Because at the end, Chloe goes to see her mom, and she has Maisie in the back seat, and they head to Margot's mother's house, and they give Maisie to her. And it was just really, really sad. But the movie was good. Like I said, I give it 8 out of 10, and I do recommend that you do watch it. It's let me tell y'all the name of the movie, because I was about to say something else. It's Sister, Wife, Murder, and it was a Lifetime movie, and it was really good. Hope you guys don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel, and thank you so much for listening to my review. You guys have a good night. Thank you.